All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon, and in this video, we're going to talk about the Charlo brothers in the news being accused of different things, and now Jermell Charlo has an arrest warrant out for him for making a threat to somebody connected to what his brother was arrested for. The short of it is, I ain't buying it, but let's talk about it in this video. All right, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Fanon. In this video, we're going to have a little bit of a non-boxing conversation about the Charlo brothers. More arrests made related to the Charlo brothers, but this time there's a little bit more detail associated with it. And from my take on it, it sounds like, a whole lot to do about nothing. But before I get into the explanation, let me welcome you back to the channel. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel and supporting the channel. Also, if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon so you can get notified of when we release more videos. Your support would be greatly appreciated. All right, so just last month, Jermell Charlo was arrested with something related to doing harm to a family member. And now TMZ is reporting that his brother Jermell Charlo has an arrest warrant out for him, or police are seeking an arrest warrant for terroristic statements made by Jermell Charlo. Now, when the report came out on TMZ the first time, they didn't have a lot of facts around it, but this time they have some facts around it. And these are the facts that as communicated by Jermell Charlo's lawyer. They say that this is what the incident was, that Jermell Charlo had a party at his house and that he had a cousin that was over there, and that the cousin was drinking a lot and got into a all-terrain vehicle, an ATV, and was driving the ATV around the property, driving it recklessly, and Jermell Charlo's wife asked him to get out of the ATV. When she reached into the ATV to try to grab the key out of the ATV, the cousin allegedly drove off, knocking Jermell Charlo's wife to the ground. Jermell Charlo comes out of the house, approaches the cousin telling him to get out of the ATV, gets him out of the ATV in defense of his wife. Once he gets him out of the ATV, the cousin is claiming that Jermell Charlo then says something to him like, "I will kill you with my own bare hands." Right? So now he accuses Jermell Charlo of battery and Jermell Charlo of making a terroristic threat towards him. Now, this is what my thoughts are. And the lawyer says that this is going to be a first round knockout. Pretty much this guy is trying to extort money out of his cousins and telling them that, that he's only going to stay quiet if they pay him a certain amount of money, and he's not willing, and they were not willing to pay the money. So he's going forward trying to make as much trouble as he can make. Now, here's my thing. To me, that sounds like a bunch of nonsense. And honestly, it's a situation that if it was just regular people involved, is not that much of a big deal. Your cousin is driving, or if the facts are true, the cousin's driving around on Jermall's property in Jermall's ATV and knocks his wife to the ground. What is Jermell Charlo supposed to do? Sit there and watch the man ride around his property and around his property in his property after having hurt his wife. He tells him, get out, gets him off of his property, out of the ATV that he owns. And his brother yells something at him. If his brother yells something at him at all, big deal, right? And that's all I'm saying is big deal. There are and for anybody to say that this means that the Charlo brothers are somehow wildly reckless individuals, look, man, if you can't have a party at your own house and get into an altercation, some type of minimal altercation with a family member when they get drunk and start acting a fool, and you can't say anything to them, man, what has society come to, man? On the real, that's why I said on the last time that I made a video about this, that it really seemed like the local officials associated with Jermall Charlo and Jermell Charlo are being a little bit heavy-handed in this regard, trying to seek arrest for these guys. And it seems to me that maybe a chance is that they're living in a an upper scale neighborhood, because I've seen pictures of Jermall Charlo's house. And I've listened to Regis Prograis describe his house, and it's supposed to be a gigantic house, a really big house on a lot of land. And if you're in Texas and you're spending a lot of money, especially if you're out in the rural Houston area, where I do believe that that's where he lives, you're going to get a whole lot of house. And you probably do have some country bumpkin police out there and country bumpkin neighbors out there that don't like you being in the neighborhood. And so the neighborhood, so they who do not care anything, probably don't care anything about Jermall Charlo being a boxer, are attempting to press charges over something that should probably just be like, look, man, cousin, don't come back to the house and leave it alone, right? So, in this, like I said before, these are different situations than, what Sergey Kovalev, the situation that Sergey Kovalev was in, where Sergey Kovalev is literally stalking a lady around her house and beats up a lady and beats up the lady's dog, right? This is something, now this is, of course, one side of the story, obviously, where it's just the man is on his own property at a party. You got somebody drinking at the party and he's trying to, settle some type of situation, right, where he doesn't cause more problems. Now, what happens if the man is riding around drunk on the property and he hurt somebody on the he actually hurt somebody else on the driving in an ATV around people, and Jermall Charlo doesn't do anything about it, just says, oh, I can't get him out of there. Otherwise, it may be battery. I may get in trouble if I stop him from doing this. So just let him run around, be reckless on the property, and then be held liable if somebody else at the party gets hurt. Just a lot of stupidity. And actually, when I read this, it's like good news to me, because I'm glad that they put that out there. Now, I understand also that this was something that happened a while ago, and so it's obviously something that the cousin is pressing and attempting to get attempting to get the police to press charges on him, right? We'll see what happens with it, man. But honestly, to me, it sounds like a bunch to do, much to do about nothing, and something that probably will not affect Jermall Charlo in his career, in his boxing career. And I do understand that that there is the penalty associated is elevated because of some past conviction that Jermall Charlo had, right? But I just doubt very much that anything serious comes out of this. And I honestly, man, but now Jermell Charlo threatening somebody and saying, now that I could believe Jermell Charlo might do, because Jermell Charlo will fly off the handle and say something, man. But it's just, if he gets in trouble for that and he didn't actually do anything to hurt the guy, man, that's more of an indictment. That's more of an indictment on the legal system that we have, where people can just get you sent up the river and go through all kind of drama over the most minimal of things. But anyway, that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think in the comment section. And with that, I'm out. Deuces.